and welcome to this episode that deals with emerging trends in PR. I am Dr. Gauri Divakar and have been a public relations professional for many years. Today, we will discuss about the emerging trends of PR under these heads: changing face of PR, new media and PR, impact of new media on PR practice, impact of social media on PR, and the future of public relations. Communications, as you all know, has changed beyond recognition in recent years and for the better. Today, there are several opportunities to listen, to understand and engage with audiences and to create advocates and communities, something which can be a powerful enabler for brands and organizations. Public relations has for the most part operated in a vacuum for way too long and has not been as well integrated into the communications strategies of brands and organizations as it could have and should have been. That is changing. But why? Because as the world, consumers, businesses, organizations lives more and more online, our ability to uniquely reach key audiences is being challenged by a new competitor set, which includes digital agencies, social agencies, media buying and ad agencies. This has enabled us listen, understand, influence and measure like never before. So, we have a chance every day to use our unique skill set, creating understanding, awareness and affinity across the influential earned media and social spaces in ways that really add value. However, a key challenge remains, that is, striking a balance between listening and doing and not just navigating our way through the unprecedented clutter and noise, but helping clients do likewise and adding clarity in the fog. Public relations is an art, and as an art, it has many definitions and components. However, the current definition of public relations must essentially include helping clients establish the right pace of communications, employ intelligence and research strategically, establish the right dialogue with the right audience, and finally, collaborate with a new breed of informed and proactive consumers. Innovation and technology have also drastically changed the practice of PR. In today's fast-moving business environment, technology and innovation are driving business growth, and PR practices must reflect this new reality. For PR, gone are the days of long cycle planning, one-way communications, nominal expectations and an audience of one, that is, the journalist. Today's business landscape requires a new set of PR fundamentals which include the following: instantaneous planning, audience-driven communications, business-driven communications, journalist-driven communications, providing relevant and credible messages to clients amid the flood of new information, and measuring results of PR campaigns. New media and PR. New media definitions remain fluid and are evolving, with some definitions of new media focusing exclusively upon computer technologies and digital content production, whilst others stress the cultural forms and contexts in which technologies are used. One key feature of new and emerging media technologies is that they are often portable and facilitate mobility in communications. New media has a wider reach than anything before it. Wireless and digital technological improvements to media have lifted previous restrictions that required connecting to a static physical network or machine. One key feature of new and emerging media technologies, such as the internet, is that they are often portable and facilitate mobility in communications. Anyone with a computer linked to the internet has the ability to publish information for potential global consumption, and it is clear that the internet is revolutionizing many aspects of public relations, research and practice. One good example of how this works is through the evolution of the press conference. In the past, one had to either attend the event in person or rely on broadcast media to provide access to the information discussed. Today, the internet offers any interested person full and unedited access to the information from anywhere in the world and in real time. Global interaction through the use of extranets adds the ability to communicate with the newsmaker, providing feedback in real time as well. Essentially, this gives a company the ability to communicate messages to very specific audiences. The internet has thereby given public relations practitioners a unique opportunity to collect information, monitor public opinion on issues, and engage in direct dialogue with their publics about a variety of issues. New media has a wider reach than anything before it. It has been reported that digital content and applications in the 21st century will be as significant and as embedded in economic well-being as was electronic power in the 20th century. The report states that like information and communications technology generally, digital content and applications have the characteristics of a general purpose technology. What is striking is the fact that new media potentially makes people technically more accessible for more of the time, say in the car, out shopping, in the office, at work, at home, and when socializing. These new and emerging media are facilitating person-to-person or person-to-person communications through the availability of email, text messaging through SMS, and multimedia messaging through MMS, instant messaging, and chat online, online forums and blogging. Although corporate websites, chat rooms, email customer response facilities, and electronic news release distribution are now viewed as standard aspects of public relations practice, it has been found that many public relations practitioners are struggling with the impact of new media and especially the internet. Research has shown that practitioners are not fully embracing new media, are ill-equipped to do so, and have a fear of the technology. New technologies are being developed and updated continuously and in themselves pose challenges for public relations professionals in terms of keeping abreast of not only what is available, but also of what is being planned for release in the future. Many large-scale public relations projects such as national public information campaigns or major international events have long lead times, and plans made a couple of years out from an event may need to be revisited several times to accommodate trends in usage of new technologies among key publics. Conventional techniques of public relations are being undermined by the mobile nature of new media, and that this requires public relations practitioners to rethink how they relate to publics. Internet news services are not just relying on the news wire services, but turning increasingly to other places for raw materials. Consumers expect instant updates in their inboxes when something happens. Public relations practitioners may be under pressure to produce this instant content. The implications for public relations practitioners to prepare material faster than ever before include the following: being able to produce what is required almost instantaneously and with the required level of accuracy, having processes in place that can get required priority clearances for materials to be released, and having the technology at hand to directly distribute or upload what is being disseminated. These factors may put pressure on the public relations practitioner and the team with which they work, but may also pressure the relationships they have with colleagues or more senior staff, in particular the CEO. It can also add pressure to the relationship with the information technology or the IT team if direct upload to the corporate website is not available to the public relations practitioners. Another area of practice that new media has changed in the past decade is that of events. People attending events are being exposed to more and more bells and whistles as new media technology gives the wherewithal to create spectacle to an ever increasing number of people. The digital projector and PowerPoint presentation have become baseline requirements for the most basic events, and access to the internet to enable presenters to integrate online elements is now almost essential. Practitioners working on events may need to manage expectations from their employing organizations, their consumers and stakeholders, including sponsors, that the level of spectacle and gadgetry provided at one event will be replicated or augmented. If new media are to be embraced, public relations practitioners will need more technical skills in areas such as web publishing, new software operation, online security, etc. They will need enhanced online information architecture skills and skills related to managing an increasing amount of complex information digitally. The demands for multimedia elements will bring even more challenges in this area. The past several years has seen an increased use of multimedia and interactive content in news releases, and leading news wire services are fully equipped to distribute such material. With the trend towards multimedia news releases, the demands to have multimedia elements available for inclusion in such releases will grow. Public relations practitioners will be responsible for either coordinating production or actually producing this material, and the budgets and skills basis of public relations units may need to be reviewed to accommodate these new demands. Impact of social media on PR. Social media has changed the role of the PR practitioner hugely. Not only has the job of PR professionals become a lot more demanding, but they also need to be able to move faster and think quicker than ever before. Social media's big five, that is Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, blogging and YouTube, have changed the life of public relations professionals in ways that could be both cataclysmic and awesome. Cataclysmic in the sense that the pace at which communication takes place has developed from snail mail to tweeting in real time. But what is the result? News often reaches the journalist before the official press release lands in their email box. Take any event like the Miss World pageant, which can be today followed on a direct broadcast on television, the official website, as well as on Twitter, as an example. 4 decades ago, before the advent of television, the public had to buy the newspaper the following morning to see who has been crowned the most beautiful woman in the world. Today, you simply log on to Twitter and use the hashtag along with Miss World to see the results before it has even been announced on the so-called direct television broadcast. It is clear why this could ultimately be disastrous for the public relations professional who does not keep up with digital technology. At the same time, it can be the most awesome thing that has yet happened in the industry if you are a public relations professional who is driven by the competitiveness of pitching the perfect news story in less than 90 characters. The public relations industry has undergone a radical change in the last few years since the emergence and widespread adoption of social media sites such as Facebook and Twitter. However, it's not the first time the PR industry has had to adapt to a new way of doing business. There was a time when PR professionals had to rely on the humble fax machine to send press releases. Presumably, before then they relied on carrier pigeons. Now, the A to Z of contacts and professional appointments synchronized across multiple devices fits snugly into your smartphone. Being creative as well as tactical is what drives PR success. For this reason, the PR industry has always been at the forefront in terms of responding to technological advances and experimenting with new tools and techniques to generate ever improved results. Moving on to the impact of new media on public relations. Now, there is also the need to consider whether target publics have access to new media technologies such as the internet, which becomes an issue when communication strategies target publics without such access due to geographic or socio-economic factors. Public relations practitioners are today faced with the challenge of being able to analyze how new technologies can aid or hinder traditional public relations roles like public information dissemination, media relations, reputation management, stakeholder relations, marketing communications, investor relations, and issues and crisis management. It has been found that the use of the internet in crisis communications is a logical one, in that websites are one controlled channel through which organizations can communicate directly with the media and the public. Through the website, an organization can tell its side of the story, reduce the uncertainty of consumers, address multiple stakeholders' needs, and work with government agencies that specialize in public safety. Public relations practitioners, as the in-house experts on communication, are likely to be advising senior management on these issues and, in some cases, actively engaging in implementing new media initiatives. The practitioner will need to manage the organization's expectation that all traditional media will be fully serviced, as has been the case in the past, as well as integrating many aspects of new media. Additional work generated by these expectations may need to be undertaken without additional personnel or budget allocations. Finding time, funds, and support for upgrading skills and engaging in professional development experiences may continue to be challenging. Turf wars may develop with other work areas in the organization, such as IT, marketing and sales, customer relations, call centers, and others. This is due to these areas seeing a range of advantages, including the advancement of careers and the control of information and technology in managing communication activities in a new media age. Research has shown that public relations practitioners who embrace new technologies such as blogging are perceived within organizations as having more power, in that they are willing to be leaders in the industry and use new tools to better reach target publics. Some practitioners may find themselves working with key organizational decision makers who are not abreast of emerging media, or at the other end of the continuum are working with decision makers who are very aware of the new media developments and want to embrace every new one without considering the full implications of doing so. There also seems to be an urgent need for academics and practitioners to review current course and subject content and work towards ensuring future practitioners are capable of working in the new public relations environment. There is a perception among students that their undergraduate courses may not be adequately preparing them for practice in the areas of new technologies and electronic communication. This raises the question of what should be removed from the existing public relations curriculum to accommodate new and emerging areas. Public relations, however, is not alone in trying to address these issues. Journalism education is also facing challenges associated with new media. The challenge is not about working out how to adapt our already overloaded curricula to the convergent future, but is about having a debate on why we should still educate public relations practitioners, what set of ideas about public relations and its role in society guides this education, and what our definition of graduates is as they go out into the world. Responding to the demands of emerging media in an environment where traditional media demands on public relations practice are not reducing significantly will therefore be a major area of concern in the coming years. Therefore, a range of challenges lie ahead for public relations practitioners. They may need to design virtual experiences that stimulate feelings as connectedness, involvement, appreciation, and meaningfulness. Serious consideration must be given to whether blogs are part of campaigns, as there are indications that they could be effective at establishing and maintaining organization-public relationships. Future of public relations. As public relations increases in effectiveness and strategic importance, PR professionals are being given an unprecedented opportunity to contribute to the growth and health of their clients' businesses. But with this great opportunity comes new responsibility. Successful PR campaigns today recruit outside influencers from a variety of disciplines, stay very brand focused, and rely on integrated media relations teams that can speak the languages of business, technology, and the new prosumer, that is, the proactive consumer, equally well. For this, PR strategists must create flexible corporate positions and messages that can be quickly adapted to technological advances and innovation. PR professionals must create messages that are clear, concise, and intuitive. PR executives must use every message delivery channel available by combining traditional and digital forms of media into each campaign. PR strategies must reach every audience that can contribute to a company's growth and position in the marketplace. PR executives must encourage their clients to be open and honest in their communications. Public relations is the communications technique best suited to the times, working across time zones and cultures with speed, dialogue, and credibility. However, the future of public relations is a fusion of old and new. The R in PR does, after all, stand for relations. Face-to-face meetings and telephone calls are as important as that 30-second YouTube pitch video that can be tweeted. The popular public relations professional of the future can prepare catchy headlines and sell ice to Eskimos, yet at the same time be tactful and show respect to the journalist who they so heavily rely on for getting the desired publicity. While we are certain to see technology continuing to change the practice of public relations, let us not forget the importance of the warm handshake and the face-to-face meeting. No matter how powerful the internet is or how rapid the email delivery is, PR business is about relationships. All in all, the industry has been thrown into the deep seas of the digital age, and only those public relations professionals who can find innovative and creative ways to practice their profession will probably swim to victory. Now, let us quickly recap what you have studied in this chapter. Changing phase of PR, new media and PR, impact of new media on PR practice, impact of social media on PR, and the future of public relations. That's all we have for today. Thank you and goodbye.